This is Cheap Blushh, a free-to-play account that was once abandoned but has recently been restored and taken into Division 1. Doing so gave us a chance to complete the game, which means making it into the Elite Division. So in today's video, I'm going to be spending the next 100 hours trying to do exactly that. So week 5 of the Footies promo is here. So we have this 85 times 10 players pack, which you're going to get a really high rated card from. Now these high rated cards are going to be extremely important later on in the video. I then claim my division rival rewards. Before opening them, entered into division rivals to find out if I could make it into the elite division. This has to be the worst team I've ever seen this high up in the divisions. But even though their team was this bad, I would still struggle to score against them. I was also showed that at this level, no game would be an easy game. No. How are we losing to this team? And against a below average team, I would still struggle to score. Okay, I have to move Rooney out of the striker position. He's not doing anything for me. And after fighting extremely hard, eventually, Sancho, Rodrigo? Yes, we scored. But against a team like this, we had to win the game. Scholes, Rodrigo finds Leao. And if anybody was going to win this game for us, it was going to be him. And winning that game meant that we continued on our win streak and we're making good progression. But in my second game, I discover a massive problem. This is more like the team I expected to be facing. And with the attackers that we had, scoring goals was an incredibly tough task. On top of this, our defense wasn't the greatest either. Varane, oh, his Mbappe was open. And as always, it felt like one player had to do all the heavy lifting. Leao is the only player I can count on. And then after Leao found Rooney, we would have another opportunity. Rooney, we have to score. And he does, we're up in this game. But our defenders would continue to struggle against the quality of attackers that we were facing. This would cause me to concede 2 goals, before scoring another goal back to tie the game up once again. But no matter how hard I tried, no, I would continue to concede goals. And after equalizing the game once again, Varane, why is our defense open? We can't keep conceding like this. But unfortunately, we would concede more goals, and because our attack just wasn't good enough, we weren't capable of scoring any more goals back. This would then cause us to lose this game, and it also made me realize that if we wanted to make it into the elite division, we were going to need to upgrade our team a lot, because at this point, we weren't going anywhere fast. So we need some good attackers, and Lacazette is exactly that. And we can get his card by participating in the Footies Cup, but since we only have 3 days left in this challenge, and you only get 6 games per day, we need to win almost every single game that we play. Now for this cup, you needed to have 4 Footies players in your starting 11, and we only had 3, so I had to replace our star player with Gakpo's Footies item, who we got in the last video, and our team was now ready to participate. And the first game would start off incredibly well. Gakpo, yes, but the weaker areas in our team would continue to get exposed. No, please tell me he's offside. No, it looks like he's on. And I'd even be forced to make substitutions to tilt the odds in our favor. Zaha finds Rooney into Scholes. And our midfielders have to score because our attackers can't. But I was wrong about this, because one of our attackers could score. Leao is so reliable. This would allow us to win this game, but constantly being out-teamed by our opponents meant that every game would be tougher than it had to. But even though the odds were against me, I would make sure to give it my all in every game, and doing so allowed us to win all 6 of the games that we had on this day. So our games for today is done, and we're going to be getting some good packs as well as some high rated items for completing these objectives. And for completing another objective, we also got another 92 rated item. And so at this point, I started to mark out the upgrades that I wanted to work towards getting, starting with the SBC section. So Govou has this insane 98 rated Footies item, so we're going to need a lot of high rated cards. Because not only did I want to complete him, but there was another SPC that was a lot more expensive than him that I wanted to complete as well. Now with the items that we currently have, I can complete the most expensive squad for Govou. I then opened the pack that I got back, and in this pack, I pack a couple of tradable team of the season items, and selling these items was extremely important because there were 2 upgrades that I wanted to make with coins, of which Araujo was the first one, coming in at roughly 200,000 coins. I then go ahead and open the rest of the untradeable packs that we had from completing those objectives, and after packing a bunch of high rated cards, I was capable of completing another squad for Govou, but we were still far away from completing his card, and because Leao couldn't keep on doing all of the heavy lifting on his own, we needed to get another upgrade fast. So Chiesa has this insane premium Footies item in the objective section, and since one of the game modes that we can complete him is Foot Champions, I'm going to start playing in the qualifiers. Now we needed to score goals with Italian players, and because of this, I purchased Insigne's premium Footies item, and then after adding him into our team, I saw that by just playing and winning games in the qualifiers, we would get a bunch of really good packs, and so I started to play in the qualifiers. And instantly, the teams that we were facing were a lot easier, and so getting goals with Insigne should be a piece of cake. Insigne, yes, that's one of the goals. Now unfortunately, we were only capable of getting 1 more goal with Insigne before our opponent forfeited, but this meant that we won this game, and we also got a couple of really good packs, and so I decided to open these packs. First pack is the team of the season. and it's going to be Nuno Mendes. And behind him was another team of the season item. It was important that we packed really high rated items. Unfortunately, in week 5 of the Footies promo, EA had released a lot of the high rated items back into packs, and this meant that the next pack would be promising. We're getting another team of the season item, and it's Zinchenko, but any high rated card is good for us, because it meant that we could make some more progress towards completing Govou's SBC. And from the pack that we got back, we'll once again pack a tradable team of the season item, as well as another high rated item, and selling these items would help us to get a lot more coins. Now unfortunately, after completing that squad, I saw that I couldn't afford to complete another squad, and so I decided to enter back into the Champions Finals to complete some more of the objectives. And we would continue to destroy the opponents that we came up against. Insigne? Yes, that's another goal. And in only our second game, I'd continue to get all of the goals that I needed with Insigne, and after winning this game, we had completed a bunch more of the objectives that we needed for Chiesa, and since we no longer needed him, I could sell Insigne and get our coins back. I then continued to play the rest of the games that we had in the qualifiers, and since winning these games would not only give us progress towards completing Chiesa's objective, but also help us to get a lot more high rated cards, which would help us to unlock Govou. My motivation in these games were extremely high, and this allowed me to dominate against the opponents that I played, and after playing and winning game after game, eventually we had completed the qualifiers, which gave us a bunch of tradable packs which would allow us to make a lot of coins. We had also completed some of the qualifier objectives, and this gave us a couple of really good packs, but most importantly, Chiesa's objective is now complete and it's going to be a massive upgrade for our team. I then started opening our tradable packs, and these were massive because we were getting a bunch of promo cards, and selling these cards was allowing us to make a lot more coins. And after opening and selling all of the valuable items that we got from the tradable packs, first untradable pack, and it's another team of the season, and it's a 92 rated card as well. And behind him was an 89 rated card as well as a duplicate item, and so I spent roughly 25,000 coins on purchasing 2 players, which helped me to complete another one of Govou's squads. And after packing another tradable team of the season, getting me half of the coins that I spent back, we had an 84x7 pack to open. Come on, there's so many good Footies items in packs, and we're only getting a team of the season, and it's going to be a 92 rated card. And behind him was some more high rated cards as well as Felix's 96 rated item. So because we now have Chiesa, I'm going to be selling Jadon Sancho, and this means that we no longer need Varane as well. And now that they've both sold, we're up to 420,000 coins, and this means we can purchase Araujo's insane Footies item. Now after adding him into the team, I saw that we still had roughly 220,000 coins left, but the next item that I wanted to purchase costed roughly 700,000 coins, so we were going to need to make a lot of coins. Now speaking of coins, using 12,000 of them allowed me to complete another one of Govou's squads, but considering the fact that we still had 4 squads left to complete, and we couldn't even afford to complete another one, we desperately needed to get some more high rated items. Okay, so if we just win 8 games in the Champions Finals, we can get 3 85x10 packs from this objective alone. Now there was also another objective, and if we could win 15 out of the 20 games that we had, we could get another 2 of these packs on top of all of the coins that we could make as well. So I entered into the Champions Finals, and the goal was to get 18 wins, which would be our best ever finish. And the first game started exactly the way it needed to. Leao scores in the roof of the net, and with Araujo in our back line, I felt a lot more confident about our defense. And it was nice to see that Leao now had help in the attack, because on his debut, Chiesa scored a goal. But our goal scoring in this game would not end there, because in this game, we would score a total of 6 goals against our opponent, and start a Champions Finals campaign as best as we possibly could. I then swiftly win the 2nd, 3rd and 4th games that I played, and doing this meant that we now had 4 wins and 0 losses, and we also had our first 85x10 pack is ready to claim. Now can we pack our first Footies item for the video, because a lot of these cards will massively improve our team. We're getting a team of the season, and it's going to be Theo Hernandez, along with some other high rated cards. And because Theo was already in our team, I used the duplicate version to complete another one of Govou's squads, and my goal was to complete Govou before the end of the Champions Finals. Now winning some more games would get us some more packs that we needed to do this, and this is how our next game in the Champions Finals went. We need to defend this corner. No way he scores from that. But our goal was to get 18 wins, and so we couldn't afford to lose. Wayne Rooney finally does something. Leao. What a finish! But then my opponent's 99 rated Zidane would score a goal against me. Now shortly before halftime, Leao would once again score another goal, but shortly after halftime, our opponent would once again equalize the game. And it was at this point when I noticed how important having upgrades in our attack was. Scores. Chiesa's open, and he scores off the post. And this time, our opponent wasn't capable of equalizing the game. Rooney, yes! Oh no. This guy Zidane is tearing me apart, and because I wanted to score more goals, I ended up subbing Rooney off. And I was astonished to see the difference that this made. Rodrigo, yes, we have a 2-goal lead once again. Rodrigo would then assist Leao, who scored the 7th goal in this game for us, and it seemed like subbing Rooney off was the key to winning this game. So we have another 85 times 10 pack. Can we get ourselves a Footies card? No, it's once again just going to be a team of the season. But he is 93 rated. Wait, no way! We just backed a Raho. And because this one was untradeable, we could sell the tradable version. Now initially, I thought I was a master trader because I saw him selling for almost 1.9 million coins. But then I saw that it was only 220,000 coins. But this means that we still made profit on this card. Now my goal was to complete Govou before the end of the Champions Finals because he would help us to get 18 wins. But after using the high rated items that we now had, I could complete 2 more of his squads. And then after purchasing an 85 rated card, we could complete the final squad as well. And this meant we've just gotten ourselves a 98 rated Hero Footies item. And this is the highest rated item on our account. But that wouldn't be the case for too long, because the next item that I wanted to start working on was Zidane's 99 rated SPC. Now he had a valuation of 1.4 million coins, but I believe that having him would complete our midfield. And since we still needed to make 700,000 coins to purchase the only player I deemed worthy of replacing Leao, we needed to get ourselves back into the Champions Finals. And in the next game that I played, Leao showed us exactly why it was so hard to replace him. Because after scoring a hat-trick, he would cause our opponent to rage quit, and this would give us the win. But it was in the next game when I truly felt like we were moving on from Leao, because Govou moved him out to the wing to play at the striker position, and with the way that he was playing, he showed that he deserved to play here. Chiesa finds Govou. Oh, good skill. And we finally have an attack. And it seemed like whenever he shot, Govou would score. And his 6th goal in this game would prove exactly that and allow us to win the game as well. So for winning 8 games, we're going to get ourselves 2 85 times 10 packs, and this should help us to complete Zidane's SPC. Now first one is the team of the season, but we did have a Footies card hidden in our last pack, but this time we won't. And the second pack would once again give us a high rated item, but unfortunately no Footies cards. At this point, I saw that we could complete the most expensive squad for Zidane, but because this SPC was so expensive, initially I didn't commit. However, I did complete his 3 cheaper squads, and this would allow us to chip off some of his value before entering back into the Champions Finals. And the teams were starting to get a lot more stacked, and we would have to do a lot to win a game like this. But fortunately, in this game we didn't have to do anything because our opponent would give us the win for free. This meant that we were halfway towards achieving our goal, and this is how our 10th game went. Savage finds Theo into Leao, who scores. We're up in this game. Chiesa finds Govou. What a finish! Govou would then score another goal before Chiesa and Leao scored goals for us as well, and this meant that we now had 10 wins and 0 losses. But after being 2-1 up in the next game that I played, our opponent would equalize in the 57th minute. None of us would then be able to score for the rest of this game, and this meant that we went to extra time. And it was in extra time when no way that went in. And I had to try my best to win this game. Govou finds Rodrigo. No. And because I wasn't capable of scoring another goal in this game, I'd end up losing in extra time, but it was in a game that we definitely did not deserve to lose. I'd then go into another game, and after my opponent saw that he couldn't beat me, they'd leave while the game is tied up, and my frustration from losing the previous game was amplified. But it was important that I didn't let my emotions affect me. Leao. Yes, let's win these games. And a second goal from Leao would cause our opponent to rage quit and allow us to do just that. I'd then go into another game, and this would be a very clean win because scoring 4 goals would force our opponent to leave the game. And even though the teams were ramping up in quality, it was important that we continue to win these games. Govou. This card is so good. And if things weren't already in our favor, Savage. Wait, he took me out. Yes, he just gotten himself a red card. They most certainly now were. But somehow, even with the red card, Alaba, we've got to close him down. No, I should have done better. And this was a lot better. Leao. Yes, we have the lead again. And although our attackers were now good and could score goals, our opponent's attackers were even better. No, this 99 rated Mbappe is insane. And in extra time, the odds were still in our favor because our opponent was a man down. Govou, will the player lock cancel? Yes, it works. Our opponent would then leave the game shortly after this, and with 13 wins and only 1 loss, we were unstoppable. And our next opponent would find out just that, because scoring a goal in this game allowed us to pick up another win, and it actually looked like we could achieve rank 2. Until... No, why is my game frozen? No, I think that's me. And disconnecting in my 15th game would give me a second loss, and this meant that I had to win the final 4 games that I had in a row if I wanted to get rank 2 rewards. Now winning this game would give us an 85 times 10 pack because it would be our 15th win. And since it was an opponent who I had already defeated, after I scored 1 goal, they would give up, and this is just what we needed. So we can now claim a 96 rated item as well as another 85 times 10 pack, and since our items have sold, we are up to 430,000 coins, and hopefully this pack allows us to upgrade our team even further. Now it wouldn't, but it would give us a 94 rated item, and before doing anything with all of these high rated items, I'd start to finish the rest of my Champions Finals because it was 3 AM and this was draining. Looks like we're coming up against a Madrid fan. He actually has a full past and present Madrid team. Scrolls into Govou, Leao's open. And lay out scores. Hala Madrid. And then Savage would have an opportunity off of the corner. Savage. Yes, nobody's beating him to that. We did score another 2 goals against this Real Madrid fan, and that's what they'd get for eliminating us twice from the Champions League and stealing Bellingham from us in recent times. And even though I did win this game, I still felt like I came out worse in that exchange. However, if we won this game, we would be only 1 game away from 18 wins. But things would start off in the worst way possible. No way he scored from there. And unfortunately, we just wouldn't be capable of scoring against his opponent. They would then score a second goal against us. And unfortunately, throughout the rest of this game, I still wouldn't be capable of scoring, which caused us to lose this game and killed my hopes of achieving rank 2 rewards. Now, since winning another game wouldn't do anything to benefit us, I decided to give it to my next opponent because I felt like they could make better use of it. And this meant that we still at least tied our best ever finish, meaning that we did have the potential to make a lot of coins. And so I started off by opening up the player picks. First player pick, 94 rated card, that's decent. And the rest of the player picks would be just that. Decent high rated items, but nothing extraordinary. And because we had a duplicate, we couldn't open the packs that we'd gotten, and so we had to make a commitment. So I'm not sure if we'll actually complete this entire SBC, but I'm going to submit the most expensive squad, and now we can open our packs. And even if we wouldn't get all of the high rated items that we needed, we could at least make some coins from these packs, which would allow us to purchase the player that I wanted to. Second tradable pack, it's just going to be an 87 rated Fabinho, but this is fun because we're actually racking coins up quite fast. I then open a pack that guaranteed us 3 special items, but unfortunately all of the items were minimum value. But even though this was the case, we still made a decent amount of coins from the pack. Final pack now, we're at least getting 1 tradable team of the season, and it's going to be Bruno. Oh, but Robertson is in the pack as well. And so as always, I sold the valuable items in this pack, and we were now up to 600,000 coins. Okay, we can afford to complete another one of Zidane's squads, so I'm going to submit this one. We could then also afford to complete another one of Zidane's squads, and since the packs that we were getting back were decent, we would pack valuable items from them. And after most of our players had sold, we were up to 630,000 coins, but we still had a long way to go to complete Zidane. So all of our players have now sold, and we're up to 650,000 coins. Now our Footies games have refreshed, and remember, it's important that we win these games, because not only can we get Lacazette's card, but we'll continue to get packs that will give us some more high rated items, and we're going to need as many of those as we can get. And so I started playing these games, and it was important that I did my best, because I needed to win as many of them as I could. And because the matchmaking in the Footies Cup is the same as the matchmaking in Division Rivals, it showed me that with our new and improved team, scoring goals became a little bit easier. Because of this, we would end up winning 5 out of the 6 games that we had on this day, and after we had exhausted our games, we could claim a high rated item as well as 2 very good packs. Now in these packs, we would pack a lot of high rated items, but unfortunately nothing special, and using these items, we could complete another squad. Now we could afford to complete the second one as well, but having very low rated items in the squad was making it a lot more expensive than it should have been. So since we need some more high rated cards, I'm going to complete upgraded SPCs and take advantage of the rewards from this objective, which expires in only 3 hours. And so I started to complete some of the upgraded SPCs, but then I noticed that we're almost at level 10 in the season pass where we can get a decent reward. So I'm going to complete some objectives around the menu to get the XP that we need. And so I started to complete these objectives, which involved me earning moment stars, as well as completing the entirety of the market matchup SBC, which did give me a bunch of tradable backs and allowed me to make some more coins. And then I spent about half an hour completing the upgraded SBC as many times as I possibly could. And once we were done, we've completed a total of 32 upgraded SBCs, and this is going to give us some decent packs along with the upgrade packs that we have completed. And we did only have to complete it 3 more times to complete the entire objective, but unfortunately I just didn't have the cards in my club to do this, and so I started to open these packs. Team of the season in the first pack, and a high rated item is exactly what we need. So I continued to open the 16 upgrade packs that we had left, and we would proceed to get high rated item after high rated item until we only had 1 more upgrade pack left. Final upgrade pack now. Oh, we're actually getting a Footies card in our last pack, and it's going to be Allison. Unfortunately, he doesn't link in our team. I then used some of the cards that we got to complete the upgrade SPC another 3 more times. This allowed us to get another decent pack, as well as a high rated item for completing all of the objectives. And then I continued to open these packs, getting so many high rated items, until eventually, we still have some packs in the store, but we have a duplicate that we need to get rid of. And so with all of the cards that we now had, completing another squad was effortless. I could then open our 84 times 10 pack, which gave me so many high rated items, and left us with our final pack, which was an 85 times 10. So we're only getting a team of the season, and it looks like it's just going to be a 93 rated. Now since our club was stocked, we were capable of completing another 4 squads for Zidane's SPC, and after opening the tradable packs that we got back from these squads, we would pack a Footies item, which unfortunately we couldn't sell because the price range was broken, but also make it all the way up to 715,000 coins. So we still have 9 more expensive squads to complete for Zidane, and I don't want to have to use our coins, because I wanted to purchase a player with them. So it's the final day, and if we can win 4 out of our 6 games that we have since our games have refreshed, we'll get some more high rated items as well as Lacazette's card. And so I started playing these games, and for me, losing was not an option. And even though the games were tough, I managed to win the first 3 games that I played in a row. So we completed another objective for a really good centre back, but if we can win 1 out of the 3 games that we have, we'll get some more really good rewards. And this is how our next game went. Now I always played Zidane through. No. But even though we had games left after this, I wanted to win this one. Govou scores everything. And he'd even scored this insane long-range effort. Govou, how does he do it? And the third goal from, you guessed it, Govou, would cause our opponent to rage quit, which meant that we've just gotten ourselves another massive upgrade to our team, and we have an 85x10 pack to open. Now this pack would give us some more high rated cards, and this would allow us to complete another 2 of Zidane's squads, but we still had 7 expensive squads to complete, and I didn't want to have to use our coins, and so I decided to complete an 84x10 upgrade using coins just once. Because I remember that some of you guys have mentioned that by completing this SPC, we could get a lot of fodder, which would allow us to complete the SPC again, while saving some of the items that we had initially gotten. Now I kept this in mind, but Booker's time was running out and we could get some more high rated cards by playing games in Division Rivals. I purchased Leao's replacement for 659,000 coins, and after adding him into our team, we were still missing 1 more upgrade, but I decided to enter into Division Rivals to try to complete that objective. And the first game would start off incredibly well. Ginola scores on his debut, but my confidence was quickly killed when, no, my opponent scored. And to make things even worse, they proceeded to score another 2 goals against me. But if we wanted to make it into the elite division, we had to win these games. Govou, yes. And in the 87th minute, Savage, I love this card. And that goal would allow us to at least draw this game. This meant that our progression was not affected, but it would be nice if we could at least win one of these games. Lacazette, yes, good finish. And this is why he was the only player worthy of replacing Leao. Ginola, yes, good goal. And because our attack was now so good, our opponent would struggle to keep us out, and this game was so much fun to play. Ginola again. This card is perfect. And he was truly a direct upgrade from Leao. So we just won a game and we need to play 1 more to get a pack. Now this high up in the divisions, it was not uncommon that we'd be out-teamed by our opponents. This meant that we obviously had to play extremely well to win these games. But even after trying my best and scoring 3 goals against this opponent, they would score 3 goals of their own, and this meant that we drew this game. So we have this objective pack, so let's open it. And we're not even going to get a team of the season, it's just an 88 rated card. I would then use these items to complete another one of Zidane's squads, but since we weren't making progress fast, I'd spend some time grinding out the 84x10 upgrade, and while grinding this upgrade out, we would be capable of completing another 4 squads for Zidane, and now we were finally moving fast. But eventually, once I had exhausted all of our high rated items, we were only 2 squads away from completing Zidane's card, and so I decided to enter back into Division Rivals and play 3 more games, which would get us another pack. And in these games, I would start to fall in love with this team. Govou, yes, good goal. Because I could rely on every single one of our attackers to do the job, and although we could do with a little bit more in the midfield, our defense was absolutely rock solid. These factors would allow me to score 4 more goals in this game without conceding a single one, and make some more progress towards reaching the elite division. Now we'd continue to find incredibly good teams, and so this is why we needed this upgrade. Ginola, he's so strong, and he scores while holding a player off. Ginola once again, lovely skill. Oh, that was a good goal. And then he'd even get his hat-trick. Ginola would then score a 4th goal for us. However, our opponent would be able to score 2 goals after this, but 2 goals back from us would allow us to win this game. If we win the next game, we pick up a win streak and we pass the checkpoint. And it was clear from the get-go that I understood the importance of this game. Lacazette, yes, but they weren't going to give it to us easy. Like that? No, this Rashford card is so good. And it was in these games when he needed to prove his worth. Ginola, that's why we got you. And after subbing him on, Chiesa would win the ball back and score a goal for us against his opponent. Ginola would then score a 4th goal for us. But once again, these games were not easy and our opponent would score 2 goals back. But winning this game 4-3 meant that we got the win streak and we passed the checkpoint. And we could also claim another good pack. Now after opening this pack, I'd grind out the 84x10 upgrade until I could afford to complete the rest of Zidane's card, and eventually... Don't ask me how we did it, but we just completed our first 99 rated item on this account. And not only did he look perfect in our midfield, but he also completed our team, and we now had our best shot at making it into the elite division. Now in the first game that I played, I'd faced a massive problem, because our opponent would leave the game while it was tied, and although our win streak was still intact, this was just a waste of time. I'd then find this same exact opponent, and this showed that there weren't that many players this high up in the divisions, and this time our opponent decided to play. No, we can't concede like that. Because we needed to keep our win streak. Savage finds Ginola. No, we get blocked. Lacazette scores. And Zidane in the midfield allowed us to create more opportunities, and this allowed Ginola to give us the lead in this game. Now after scoring this goal off of a simple lobbed pass, save that? No. Our opponent would equalize the game. We would then not be capable of scoring another goal, and although we didn't lose, drawing this game was almost as bad because it meant that we lost our win streak. Now because of the time that we had left, the pressure was on, and so I tried my best and fight extremely hard to win the next 2 games that I played in a row, and doing so allowed us to not only make progression in Division 1, but also gave us the opportunity to pick up a win streak if we won the next game that we played. And even though this was a player that we had previously beaten, in this game we'd concede first. My hopes of picking up a win streak and completing this challenge would then be destroyed when my opponent scored a second goal to extend their lead. But we didn't come this far just to fail. Ginola, yes, that's one back. Zidane now finds Ginola, he finds Govou, who scores. We can make this comeback. Savage into Govou, this has to be it, and it is. And 1 goal up late on into this game meant that we'd have a nervy ending. However, holding out meant that we won this game, benefited from our win streak, and were 1 win away from making it into the elite division. Now this high up, not being able to find games would greatly reduce the amount of time that we had, but we were so close, and I felt like we could complete this challenge. Zidane now finds Lacazette, who scores. We can actually do this. But after this, no, that Ronaldinho card is too good. And for the rest of this game, no matter how hard I tried, I was not capable of scoring another goal, and this caused me to draw this game. This meant that we lost our win streak, and with the amount of time that we had left, we'd have to win the last 2 games that we played in a row. And early on into the next game, completing this challenge didn't look likely. No ways? No. But losing this game would mean that I failed this challenge, and so I simply couldn't. Like I said, we get lucky. Yes, we score. And because our team was now a lot better, it meant that skill would be the only difference in these games. Savage finds Govou, step overs, and he scores. And shortly after scoring this goal, wait, is he gonna forfeit? He does. We won another game, and if we can win the last game that we have, we'll complete this challenge. And we've been here before. Govou, yes, we can actually do this. Now for the rest of this half, my opponents and I would not be able to do much, and so the first half ended 1-0, and we couldn't afford to concede. Araujo, good interception. But our opponent was applying a lot of pressure onto us, and so we needed to score to extend our lead. Zidane into Savage, finds Govou. No, we get blocked. And so it became clear that to extend our lead, we had to do something spectacular. Govou, oh, what a spin! Yes, we have a 2-goal lead. But because of the amount of pressure that our opponent applied onto us, they would continue to have their chances. But with the scoreline, I knew that 1 more goal would most likely confirm this dub. Ginola, no, we get tackled. But I still pushed to try to score this goal. Savage, what a run! Finds Govou. Yes, we're up by 3 goals late on into this game. And thanks to upgrading our team, we won this game and completed FIFA because we were promoted into the elite division. And if you guys enjoyed this video, you'll enjoy one of these ones. So go ahead and click on any of those videos to watch them.